welcome to CookingWithChampagne.com. Happy Monday. We're just 2 days away from St. Patrick's Day. And I think whether you're Italian or German or Irish, I think mostly everybody celebrates St. Patrick's Day. And when I was young, I know my father used to make the corned beef, the cabbage, the potatoes, a delicious dish. What I have here is, over the weekend, I had my family come over and we celebrated a little bit early. So I have leftover corned beef. I have our beautifully steamed or boiled cabbage. And these are our I used red potatoes. So these are all my leftovers. And today we're going to make delicious corned beef with creamy cheese paninis. They're going to be delicious. Just an idea for you to use with your leftovers. So right here, what I have, I started when I went upstairs. Onion, I have one big Vidalia onion, delicious. They have a lot of sugar content and they make for a delicious caramelized onion. So what I did is I just drizzled about a tablespoon of olive oil in my pan on medium to high heat. And I just sprinkled it with a little bit of salt to help bring out the natural moisture in the onion. And you see, if you let it go, and you can add a little bit of water if you see that all the oil has dissipated. And we're going to let this caramelize. I'm going to add about, I say almost a teaspoon, say a teaspoon of brown sugar to this. So it'll help it in its caramelization. I'm also going to use as my liquid, traditional, delicious beer. I'm not a big beer drinker, so I like to use the Corona Light. So I'm going to kick this up to medium, almost high, and I want to put my beer in here to let my onions just drink up the beer, and then the beer and the liquid will dissipate. And I'm going to chop up my cabbage and we're going to add it to this. So let's put this on a little bit higher so it comes to almost a boily simmer. And then once the beer is dissipated, we're going to add in our cabbage. So now if you look at our pan here, it's on medium high. Almost all the beer is gone. So that is going to be a great way to caramelize, and you can see how the onions with the brown sugar and the beer have become brown. They're not totally softened yet. They still have a little bite to them, but this is where we want to add our cabbage. Because the cabbage was boiled with the corned beef, it has a little bit of water in it as well. So what I'm doing right here, I already started chopping. This is 2 halves of the cabbage. I'm going to use 3 in total. I'm just going to lay it down flat and just give it a thin slice, just like this. And we're going to add this to our onions that are caramelizing. And the water that's left over in the cabbage is going to help to deglaze that pan as well. Right here, I have a half a teaspoon of fresh thyme. All you have to do is take it, just like I did. It's on a stem, and you hold it and you just run your finger down in these beautiful little leaves. You want about a half to, you could even use a teaspoon, half to a teaspoon of thyme. So with my cabbage, I'm using 3 halves. I'm going to put this right down into this beautiful hot pan. And we want it to stay on the medium-high because we want the water that's left in the cabbage to just, burn off. So let's put all the rest of this cabbage in. Gonna let that cook for a few minutes, and then we'll taste it, we'll salt and pepper it, and we're gonna use that for our sandwiches, and we're going to transform our boiled potatoes into a cold cannon, which is the potatoes, a little bit of cream and butter, and our cabbage and onions. So let's let that work, and then we'll be back to put it together. So it's been about, I say about maybe 8 to 10 minutes, and all of the liquid, if you come in close, Lynn, has totally evaporated from the cabbage. It's mixed in with the onion that we caramelized with a little bit of olive oil and some brown sugar and a pinch of salt. we started that going first. Now I'm going to taste this to make sure that the flavor of this has enough salt and pepper, because I did not use any salt and pepper when I cooked my corned beef, the cabbage and potato. I did it no seasoning but what came with the corned beef. Usually when you buy corned beef, it comes with a seasoning packet. So I didn't add any. I figured as we do this recipe, I could add in a different level. Very good. Could use a little salt and pepper. That's good to go. Let's shut it off. And let's put this in a bowl and let it wait for us until we're ready for it. So now that we have our cabbage and onions done, I put it in a bowl. Now that's waiting for us. Right here, I chose to use an Irish, keeping with the tradition of St. Patrick's. This is an Irish Blarney cheese, and it's Gouda, very creamy. So I decided to get this for our paninis. So I began to slice it, and we're just gonna do thin slices. Now with cheese like this, when you make it room temperature, sometimes it sticks to your knife, but just be patient with it. Right here I have traditional Jewish rye bread with the little seeds in it. It comes with the seeds and without the seeds. And I have 2 pieces of Irish soda bread. This is a little bit more sweet because it has raisins in it, and it's more cake-like. But we're gonna make our paninis with this as well. 2 different ways to make our paninis. Potatoes, I have 1/4 cup of fat-free half and half. You can use milk, skim milk, cream, whatever you like. I have fat-free half and half. To this, I will add, I'm just gonna add 1 little pat of butter. It's room temperature. In the meantime, this beautiful grill pan with the grill marks on it, you see the heat coming off of it? And it's on medium heat. I'm gonna spray this with Pam or any kind of vegetable or olive oil, because this is our rye bread. And usually, traditionally, they have some delicious grainy mustard, whatever, spicy mustard. This is Gulden's mustard. And I'm just going to cover one side of the sandwich with the mustard. And we're gonna make these paninis. Great way to use up your leftovers. Now the cheese, you can use any cheese you'd like. If you like Swiss cheese, if you like mozzarella, however you want to use this, do so. I just use the Gouda because it's very soft and very easy melting. Cabbage and onion, and we just lay it on top. We're just going to put our top layer, push it down. Here's our Irish soda bread. The pastry brush, you just lightly brush the outside. This side will go down first on our pan. Beautiful. See? Now, while we have that, we're going to take our panini press. You could buy this at Pampered Chef. If you don't have one, you could do like I do, a good old brick. Just cover it with aluminum foil and it's good to go. If you don't have a brick or a panini press, use a few pots that are heavy and you can put that right on there. So let's put this on and press it down. Give it a few minutes and then we'll check it. In the meantime, this is just about melted. Our 1/4 cup of fat-free half and half and our pat of butter. I'm going to take my potatoes that we made in our corned beef, and I'm going to put these in the microwave for about 2 minutes to heat them up, and then we'll add this and the cabbage and make our delicious potato. Let's check. This is about maybe 30-40 seconds on medium. Let's see how good. Ooh, before we turn this over, let's just check it. Perfect. I want to brush this other side with our olive oil on both sides of the bread. See how I mean when you can't put it too hard because it burns fast? So I'm going to lower this a little. Wow, this one looks really good. And our potatoes are just about done. I hear the microwave. Let's brush the other side of our panini with the Irish soda bread. And flip that. Just use your hands to hold it. Beautiful. Let's put our presses back on. And we'll wait another 30-40 seconds. Look how beautiful that is. Perfect. Perfect. Medium to low heat, okay? Because you don't want it to burn. Look at that. And this bread is a little sweeter because it has the raisins in it. So we're going to put that right there. And let's check our rye bread panini. Nice. Look at that. The caramelization of the onions and the cabbage, the melted cheese. Delicious. Our potatoes, if you can see the steam. See that steam? About 2.5 minutes in the microwave. They were boiled potatoes. Remember I told you before that I didn't add any salt and pepper to anything when I cooked it, just because it comes with a package of seasoning when you cook the corned beef. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt for now and a pinch of pepper. Here's my 1/4 cup of fat-free half and half and 1 pat of butter. And that's all I think we need, because we want this really chunky. And to this, we're going to add our delicious onions that we caramelized with our cabbage. And I'd say we're going to put in about maybe 3 nice spoonfuls. So you just want to give it like a rough chop with your potato and your onion and your cabbage. You can make it as chunky or as thinned out as you'd like. Of course, we're going to taste it to see if it needs any more salt and pepper. I used a pinch. Now remember, we had salt and pepper in our cabbage and our onion. I think it's perfect. Now, if you have leftover potato with the onion and cabbage, the cold cannon, put this in the refrigerator. The next day, add an egg to it, get some breadcrumbs, put it together like a patty and fry it up. Put some cheese in the middle. Oh, boy, you can do so many things with this. So let's take our cold cannon and put it right on our dish. Now, to go with the sandwiches and the potatoes, it wouldn't be St. Patrick's Day without a green beer. So let's go to the fridge. In the freezer, I have my beautiful iced mug with some green food coloring at the bottom. And let's get our beer. You can use any beer you'd like. And just fill it up, baby. Look at that, how beautiful. On the side, this is the one with the Irish soda bread. It's going to give it a little sweetness because it has the raisins. Thumbs up. Our green beer. Let's taste. Delicious and refreshing. So this is a champagne toast with our green beer. Wishing you a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Be safe. May the luck of the Irish follow you throughout your lifetime. It's Monday. I will see you on Friday. You know what Friday means, dessert and cocktails. So you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for checking out cookingwithchampagne.com. Don't forget, I got 2 brand new music mixes inside the Champagne Lounge. So while you're putting this feast together, you can listen to some great music. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you on Friday. Email me. Check out the website, Champagne Toast. God bless.